Hello, Ken Barron, and I'm with the National Association of Black and White Men Together. Tennessee and the anti-drag race. Tennessee's new extreme anti-drag law is amongst the first of its kind in this country. The point of the law really is to terrorize people. This law, which Republican Governor Bill Lee signed Thursday, criminalizes, quote, adult cabaret performances that are harmful to minors. It includes male or female impersonators on public property or where they could be seen by children. It takes effect April 1st, with the first offense being a misdemeanor and subsequent ones being felonies. Now, in 1977, a yearbook photo surfaced showing that same governor dressed in drag when he was in high school. The howls of hypocrisy came quickly. This is patriarchy, all too willing to oppress or to try to intimidate fellow citizens. But how is impersonating a man or woman defined? Could transgender men and women be prosecuted? How is harm to minors defined, and who defines it? The anti-drag law is a continuation of a kind of a legislated waterboarding by the political right to generate backlash against the LGBTQ progress that many have seen as a, quote, massive threat to white Christian heterosexual values. So, in Tennessee, will drag performances in pride parades, joyful events that have been embraced across America, will they now be illegal? So, Republican Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders of Arkansas signed a bill restricting, quote, adult-oriented performances, a measure that had originally targeted drag performers explicitly before being watered down in the face of good opposition. The Human Rights Campaign says 29 of 315 anti-LGBTQ bills were enacted into law in 2022, and the group is now tracking approximately 750 LGBTQ bills introduced in state legislatures around the country. HRC points out, quote, over half are bills that will cause real harm to the LGBTQ plus community. With the bill signed last week, Tennessee is now adopting 14 anti-LGBTQ laws since 2015, quote, more than any other state in the country, according to the Human Rights Campaign. Conservative politicians are seeing this as an issue that they need to completely outdo each other in the culture war fights because they think that's what their base wants. These efforts play into the groomer scare, which dovetail with the passage of Florida's so-called Don't Say Gay law. HRC also reported that hateful tweets about groomers from just 10 people were viewed an estimated 48 million times, equivalent to 66% of the reach of the 500 most tweeted items. Those 10 people include Republican Representatives Marjorie Taylor Greene and Lauren Boebert. Conservatives have suffered losses in the recent years on LGBTQ rights issues, found a smaller, more vulnerable subset of the queer community to attack those fighting for gender identity rights. While the public has in recent decades developed a better understanding of sexual orientation, its understanding of gender lags. In that context, some people conflate performing in drag while being transgender. Indeed, on the same day Lee signed the anti-drag legislation, he also signed legislation to essentially ban gender-affirming care for trans youth. Tennessee and other states are making a big mistake here in going for our community. So you need to fight for our rights, and you can do that by subscribing to my pods and others on the NABWMT. Please do indeed subscribe. You can comment and you can like on our Twitter and on our YouTube videos. Thank you for listening. We'll be talking to you again soon.